Good afternoon, welcome to our Year 4 curriculum meeting. I'm just going to do a really quick overview of what to expect for the next term. Obviously at the moment we're being supported by Mrs Van Laar and Mr Hubbard in Mr Purewell's class, and we've got Mrs Stewardson and Mrs Miller are our TAs. So for the first 2 weeks we've been looking at this book by Lucy Farfort in our hands, and we've been looking at values such as kindness, forgiveness and responsibility. The children have really enjoyed that, and we've been doing that as across the school literacy project. For the rest of the term we'll be looking at Rotten Romans. So as geographers we'll be looking at certain vocabulary based around movement of people and the impact the Romans had on our landscape, and then we'll be looking at as historians how we were shaped, how our lands were shaped by the movement and settlement of the Romans. We're really lucky to live where we live, so we'll be discussing all about rugby as well, and we'll be looking at Boudica and Roman gods. After half term we'll be looking at Ice Palace, so we'll be looking at states of matter in science, and as geographers we'll be looking at climate and comparing and contrasting localities around the world, and we'll be doing some landscape art inspired by an artist in our art lessons. Our two texts then, so we're looking at Roman Diary and Ice Palace, and we'll be doing lots of literacy writing based around that, linked to narratives, diary entries, non-chronological reports, poetry, all sorts of writing. In our maths lesson we'll be carrying on using Maths Mastery, reinforcing previous concepts and introducing children to new ones. We'll be looking at reasoning with larger numbers, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, and discrete and continuous data. Obviously you may well know that this year that we give the children their multiplication check. This is statutory for Year 4 pupils, and we'll put support in place for them to practice that in school, but I've just linked you to a few useful websites there for games they can play. Some of them are timed, some of them aren't, so they can get into the habit of recalling those times tables. Science this term is based around sound, and then after half term we'll be looking at states of matter. So if you want to find any more about what we're learning, just pause the slides and have a read. And again here just what we're doing in our wider curriculum, so computing, RHE, design, technology, art, and PE, which will be led by Miss Firkins during our PPA time, and also the children will take part in a forest school activity for this half term. In RE we'll be looking at why Jesus is inspirational to Christians, and in Spanish we'll be continuing to learn our basic Spanish with a focus on dates, words and phrases linked to our topic, so that should be interesting. So this slide just gives you a little bit more information about our forest school, and also reiterating that our PE will be taught by Miss Firkins on a Wednesday morning. Please ensure that PE kits are always in schools, because this will obviously change, especially after half term. We'll send them home if they get dirty. So we're already well in the swing of homework. Homework will be sent home every Wednesday and should be handed in by Tuesday. There'll be a literacy and a numeracy based around what we've been doing. The literacy maybe have a topic focus. Reading, we encourage you to read daily with your child and just carry on recording those in link books so you can earn extra Dojo points merits. And spelling tests will be on a Monday, and then new spellings will go out the following Monday after they've been tested. Okay, so here's just a few key dates taken from the newsletter. Also, any our emails if you want to get in contact with us. The best place to get in contact is through Dojo, and all of us are linked to Dojo. Okay. So the next couple of slides are just our end of year expectations for Year 4. I would suggest that you pause these slides and just have a read through so that you're aware of what the expectations might be and how you can support your child at home. And here's the final slide. So these are reading and writing expectations for Year 4. If there is any other information that you require, then just let me or any of the other teachers or TAs in the year group know, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you very much. Bye bye.